Good morning, Vikings fans, and we got some breaking news for you guys as they are signing Jonathan Allen officially to a massive 3-year, $60 million deal. Now, we all thought this deal was going to come to fruition after we got a report that Jonathan Allen had a great meeting with the Vikings yesterday, actually stayed in Minnesota, and it was only a matter of time before this deal got done. However, a 3-year, $60 million deal I did not think was in play. I was talking more of a $10 million deal, even if it was like a two for, $25, $30 million situation, but a 3-year, $60 million deal for Jonathan Allen. I was completely shocked by just a per year number for this, but I will say I am thrilled about this signing. This is a terrific addition to the Vikings defensive line, and I think it just adds, an archetype of defensive lineman that the Vikings have not had under Brian Flores, where it's a true pass rush interior defensive lineman to pair up next to Harrison Phillips. You got the great edges on the outside. You got back your cornerback last night in Byron Murphy Jr. This defense is loaded with talent. And honestly, even though it was a slow start to day one of free agency for the Minnesota Vikings, Kwesi Adofo-Mensah not making too many moves, he has completely turned this around. I have loved what he's done so far. So we'll dive into the Jonathan Allen signing, but just quickly, friendly reminder here, hit that subscribe button. We will be going live here on the channel at around 12 p.m. Central Time, and I guess we will be on Willie Fry's watch right now. So if you guys could hit that subscribe button, lock us in. Do not miss a thing around the Minnesota Vikings. It is 7:20 in the morning right now. I was woken up by a phone call telling me that the Vikes signed Jonathan Allen. So if you guys could help me out, hit that subscribe button today. All right, so let's dive into this move. So obviously a little shocked by the 3-year, $60 million figure. Nobody saw that coming, but I think this was an awesome move for the Vikes. And, Jonathan Allen, he had an amazing playoff run for the Commanders last year. I specifically remember that Lions game. He was just game-wrecking. He posted like a 90.2 PFF grade in terms of the pass rush grade in that game. He was dominating, had 5 hurries on the quarterback, 7 total tackles. He was just a game wrecker in that game, and I think he adds a swagger that the Vikings have not had on their defensive line in a very long time, because we've always had good edge rushers, right? But we've never really had that true interior pass rusher, because we've always had the molds of the Linval Josephs, the Pat Williams, the Kevin Williams. And I can't really remember the last time we had a true interior pass rusher, but he is just that. And listen, he's former first-round pick from Alabama in 2017. So actually, funny enough, Vikings in free agency here added first-round pick Ryan Kelly from Alabama in the 2016 draft. And then next year you take Jonathan Allen from the 2017 draft, round 1, pick number 17 as well. But, throughout his NFL career, man, he has just been very consistent. And, I think this was a move that Kwesi is probably banking on Jonathan Allen getting elevated in this Vikings organization. And, I'm a little shocked by the overpay, but also maybe this guy had a bigger market than we thought. And also, Jonathan Allen wanted to get paid. That's a big reason why he requested a trade, or the Commanders allowed him to go seek a trade before cutting him, is because he wanted that contract extension. Now, listen, over the last 2 years, according to PFF, he doesn't grade out too well. Like a 54.6 overall grade last year. Run defense 41.3, cover or pass rush grade 63.0. But he's always been an elite pass rusher. Like 2021 season, he had a 90.9 pass rush grade. 2022, 81.1. 2023, 77.6. He is a specialist, and I think specialists like that have, they get elevated in Flores' system. And if you just think about the talent that the Vikings have acquired on that side of the football field over the last 2 free agency periods, it's incredible. Like, obviously, you just brought back Byron Murphy late last night, but you got Jonathan Grenard last year, Andrew Van Ginkel, Blake Cashman, even just like take UDFAs like Ivan Pace Jr., and now, Harrison Phillips, and now you're adding in Jonathan Allen to this group. Like, the Vikings defensive line, it's going to be a problem next year. I'll tell you what, he's a great pass rusher, and also he just adds just a He just has a swagger and a physicality that I don't think the Vikings have had. And, that's been one of my biggest gripes with Kevin O'Connell and this, new era Minnesota Vikings is, we've never been the most physical football team. We've always been more of a finesse football team. But adding physical football players is how you kind of change that. And I just think this defense is going to take a whole another step up. Like, I felt like last year, and I hated saying this, but I thought it was true. Like the Vikings defense had B-level talent, but they were playing like an A-minus A group. Like they were all super connected. They were, fantastic last year, and now you're just adding more talent like Jonathan Allen. And I'll say this, guys. I was thinking about this late last night. There is a chance that I think running back is back in play for the Vikings in the first round. I wonder if Kwesi's looking at this running back draft class and just saying, hey, I need to get one of these guys in round one, Amarian Hampton, Caleb Johnson, whoever it is, or maybe they're thinking about moving off that round one pick, taking a running back in round two, picking up an extra second or a third or whatever it may be. But I think that could definitely be in the cards for the Vikings because even if, like, let's just say you go pick up Will Fries, so you got your center, you got your right guard, now you got your defensive lineman. You brought back your top cornerback. Like, I think running back could be back in the fold for the Vikings in round one, especially if they really like a guy like an Amarian Hampton, like a Caleb Johnson. Yeah, sorry about my eyes right now, guys. My allergies are going crazy right now. I just looked at myself. My eyes are not doing well, if you guys see that. Allergies are terrible this morning. And obviously getting woken up for the Jonathan Allen news was not great, so sorry about that. But yeah, point being, like, I think the Vikings, kind of their master plan to complete this signing would be or to complete this free agency period would be, go get Will Fries. You got the right guard. And then I think running back would be back in play for the Vikes. And I think that would be a good move. Like, I want to take advantage of this running back class. And then if you would have an offense where you would look up front of your offensive line and be like, all right, Darisaw, probably going to stay with Blake Brandel. But you could also move Bradbury to the left guard. And maybe it's Bradbury, Brandel. They battle it out at that left guard spot. And then you got, obviously, Ryan Kelly, Will Fries, Brian O'Neill. You got the two stud receivers. You got the two stud tight ends. You got the rookie quarterback, who is also a stud, in J.J. McCarthy. And then you go get an Amarian Hampton, a Caleb Johnson, a young, explosive rookie running back. Or what if the Vikings say, screw it, we're trading up for Ashton Genty? Or they say, screw it, we're trading up for Amarian Hampton. Like, I could see that being in the fold. And then on the defensive side of the field, they're going to have a top 5 defense next year. Guys, I'm telling you, what the Vikings have done over the last 2 years in free agency, I mean, it has been a clinic by Kwesi. And I think also all of these moves come down to the Vikings organization just being a well-run organization. Because all the NFLPA grades come out. They're A+, 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 yada, yada, yada. You guys know this. But I just think it matters in terms of attracting free agents. And it is going to be an awesome year next year. I think the Super Bowl window is here for the Vikings, and I got Super Bowl expectations. So I cannot wait for it. It's going to be a hectic rest of free agency. Not sure how much more the Vikings are going to do. I wonder if this takes them out of the Will Fries sweepstakes because a massive deal like this was a little shocking. But, hey, we'll take it, man. Jonathan Allen, newest Minnesota Viking. Thank you guys for bearing with me throughout this video. Woke up, my allergies are on fire right now. So appreciate you guys staying tuned with me. But we will see you guys at 12 p.m. live. And as always, Skol Vikes.